How's it everyone, Grant here, welcome back to the channel, and today I've got the fast wireless charger for both your car and home from Nexgadget. So there you can see the voltage is there, 5 volts, 2 amps, so it should be a fast wireless charger, as well as the various mounting options you get there for your car as well as your desk. So let's just go ahead and open the box and see what we get inside the box itself. And resting on top there you can see the charging cable, which is a micro USB cable, as you can see there. And then we have the desk mount right there, so you can actually put this onto your desk and charge it there. And here is the dashboard mount for your car, for both your dash or your windshield. And next should be the actual fast charging mount itself, if we can get out of the package. And there you can see it's a fast charge mount, and that's where you're going to put your phone, along where you're going to mount it onto the brackets as well as the charging port. And then this is going to be the vent clip for your car. You can see it right there, clip on to your vent. And then these are going to be the installation instructions, so go ahead and read this if you want, but I'll go through how to set it up and show how to use it. And we can take a look at some of the car mounting options. So there is the dashboard mount with the Galaxy S9 Plus, and you'll notice that you cannot use this in landscape mode just due to how the locking mechanism works there, so you can't use it in landscape mode if that's important to you. And you can also see it here with the vent clip with the Galaxy S9 Plus from various angles, as well as the iPhone X there. And then we can see it on the windshield here with the Galaxy S9 Plus, and then again with the iPhone X in some of the various angles there. So very versatile mount here with various different angles that you can position the arms at, as well as some flexibility with how far the arm can reach out. So now that you've seen the different options and how it can mount into your car, let me show you this in action with the desktop mount here. So let's just show you how it works, and then we'll get into some of the caveats here. So how it works basically is you slide it in from the top down, and the gravity pushes down on the bottom support and clamps the arms around the device. And so unlike other mounts that will clamp and hold the device really tight, this just kind of folds the arms to prevent it from moving. So it's not really clamped down, it's just kind of holding onto your device. And so because of this, I thought, it would be really flimsy. The phone might fly out because it's not clamped down onto it, but that's not true. In the car with the vent clip or the dash mount, the phone was very secure. It wasn't moving around. I was driving out here on the California roads that are definitely not smooth. I was going through potholes, I was going through over speed bumps, and the device was actually very secure. So it wasn't moving around. I didn't hear it rattling at all in the car, so that's very nice. So if you're worried that it's not clamping down and it's going to be insecure, it was pretty secure, at least in my testing in my car. And the other thing to note here is that it will cover up your buttons depending on where they're located on your device. Now this is a Galaxy S7 Edge, and on pretty much any of my phones that I was using, the arms do cover up the buttons. Now the plus is that because it doesn't clamp down on the buttons, it won't press them by accident like some other devices that do clamp down on your phone, but it will cover them up, so you won't have usage of all the buttons depending on the type of phone that you have. So that's just something to note there. Now also note that it is plugged in and it's not wireless charging with this case. So it's not compatible with all cases, and this is not even a very thick case, as you can see here. So if I actually take this case off, so I can slide the phone without the case back in from the top again, clamp down, you can see the lights on, and it should be charging wirelessly, and it is fast charging wirelessly. So it does fast charge, but again, it's just kind of picky about the cases. And if you're wondering, this will actually work on other chargers, so it's not just the case. So if I bring in the official Samsung wireless charger here, same case, and I put it on that, you can see it's going to charge through that case no problem. So this charging mount is just not as powerful of a charge to get through all cases. So that's one thing. If I bring in the Galaxy S8, it also has a case about the same thickness here. And what's interesting is that it'll actually work with this case. So if I put this in, as you can see, the blue light's on, and it's going to wirelessly charge up. So it's just not maybe the thickness of the case, but for some reason it's just finicky on what types of cases it will work with. And again, that was fast wireless charging. So we can bring that down, fast wireless charging there as well. So it works with these smaller devices, and by smaller I mean of course the S7 Edge or the normal S8, not the Plus model. Now where I have run into issues is with some of the bigger phones like the S8 Plus or the S9 Plus. So if I bring in the S9 Plus, this also has the official Samsung kickstand case here, and it's a bit thick. It's meant to be rugged and protection, and so when I slide this one in, as you can see here, it's not wireless charging. And again, this one will work with the standard Samsung wireless charger. So I put that on, you can see there it's charging up. So it's just not as powerful, like I said before, as maybe the official Samsung charger, and it's not going to work through all cases. But if I do take this off and I bring back the charger here, I can put in the S9 Plus, as you can see here, S9 Plus, without the case, Slide it in, and let's see if it charges up. Sometimes it won't. So as you can see here, the light's blinking, and if we kind of try to turn this on, I don't see any kind of fast charging there, and it doesn't indicate any kind of wireless charging. So it's more finicky, but this I notice is only with the desktop mount on bigger phones. When I use this phone on my car mounts and I slide it in, it's no problem, both on the vent clip and on the dash mount. I think that's because of the angle. So I don't think that this particular desktop mount will allow for the appropriate angle to hang steeper, which will give you more pressure down on that bottom support to trigger off the wireless charging consistently. So I think it's just this mount, because it works just fine with bigger devices on my car mounts. So just something to keep in mind, desktop mount isn't as consistent, especially with bigger devices. But when you do position it right, and you do get to wirelessly charge, if I can kind of get the angle right here. So when I do get the angle right, and I do get it to wirelessly charge, you can see there it's not fast charging. So it'll just say charging wirelessly down there. It won't say fast charging wirelessly. And so I noticed that that's only on these bigger plus model devices, bigger devices like the S8 Plus, S9 Plus, and it just could be that the coils aren't where it needs to be to trigger off that fast charging, because it clearly works with the S7 Edge and S8 non-plus models. So that's just something to note there. If you've got an S8 Plus, I've tried it with the S8 Plus, same result. S9 Plus, it won't fast wirelessly charge for some reason, and that just could be due to the size of the device and where it meets the charging coils on the back. So, because it definitely works with Samsung fast charging, because you saw it on the normal S8 and on the S7 Edge. And lastly, iPhone. So I've got a bigger iPhone 8 Plus, and it works with this, just not with a case like this. So this is a bit thicker case, and again, this does work with the Samsung fast wireless charger. You can see they're charging up. But put this onto this mount here, and no blue light, and it's not going to charge up. So thinner cases maybe, but not with this one. So we'll take off the thick case, and we'll put the S8, the iPhone 8 Plus back in here, and there you can see it's charging up now. So it works pretty consistently with this, and it's a bigger device, and I'm thinking it's just because maybe it depends on where the wireless charging coils are placed in relation to this charger. So S8 Plus with no case, maybe a thinner case, definitely works. And I can bring in an iPhone 10 here. It's got a fairly thin case, and we can put it onto the charger here. Blue light, and it is charging up, as you can see there. So iPhone 10 with this particular case definitely works. Of course, if we take it off and we just go bare bones without a case, right, slide it in from the top, it works perfectly every time. So again, I think it's just depending on the size of the device, will it work. It works with obviously these smaller devices like the iPhone 10 or a regular Galaxy S8, or even in Galaxy S7 Edge. But with some of the larger devices, it can be finicky. With the iPhone 8 Plus, with the right size case or no case, it works no problem. But with the Galaxy S9 Plus or the Galaxy S8, it can be finicky on the desktop mount. It works just fine on the car mount, but the S8 Plus and the S9 Plus won't work with fast wireless charging. And so you can bring in the Note 8. It has a very slim case, as you can see here. This is as slim as you can get. We'll see if it works with the Note 8. So we're not getting any kind of wireless charge for whatever reason, so let's go ahead and take the case off. And slide it in. And now it's charging up. So again, it's just finicky as to what style of case, maybe material that it works with, because with this slim case it was not charging up, and with no case the Note 8 is now charging up. And as you can see, it's stopped, and I think it's again because of the angle. So if I get the angle right, let it hang down more, put more pressure down on that bottom mount, and so there you go. With the right angle again on these larger phones, you can get it to wireless charge. So I have no doubt that this will work in the car, the Note 8, because the angle will be just fine. But on this desktop charger, you can see it's going to have some problems. But again, it's not fast wireless charging, it's just regular charging. And so I think that's also just because the Note 8 is even taller than the S8 Plus and S9 Plus, and so you can get it to wirelessly charge, it's just not going to fast charge, and that's probably just due to where the coils are positioned on these particular taller Samsung devices. So there you go, that is the Nexgadget fast wireless charger for your car and for your desk. And so again, it comes with 3 different mounts to mount on your desk mount, in your car on your dash or your windshield, as well as a vent clip. And again, just as a reminder, I think it works just fine in your car with either this dash mount or the vent clip. because it has a proper angle to consistently activate wireless charging. You're going to get some spotty results with the desk mount just because I don't think the angle is correct here on the desk mount, so hopefully they can correct that. And you're going to have some various results with getting fast wireless charging working with larger devices like the S8 Plus, S9 Plus, or the Note 8, for example. You'll get to wirelessly charge, but those devices for some reason don't work with fast charging. You'll have the best results with consistent fast charging with smaller devices like your iPhone 10, the Galaxy S8, or probably even the S9, the non-Plus models, as well as the S7 or S7 Edge. Even the iPhone 8 Plus worked fine so long as the case isn't too thick. So while there are some caveats with this particular mount, it can work very nicely depending on your device, and in particular with the various car mounts. And so keep that in mind when you're looking to purchase a device. If you have any other questions or comments, leave them down below. And as always, thanks for watching.